Hey, it's Mr. Irish here with another battle gameplay. Today we're featuring the Battle of Minya between the forces of the French Republic and the Mamluks. Leading the forces of the French today is General Jean Renier, and leading the forces of the Mamluks today is Suri al-Jaber. I believe this is the last battle for territory that is controlled by the Mamluks. This is the last region they control, the city of Minya, or the region of Minya. So if I do win this battle, that will wipe them off of the campaign, and it'll only be between me and the Bedouins and the Ottomans. If you look at my army today, I have 3 units. This is my army I made when all my armies were moving east and north to the Sinai and Galilee and Damascus. I kind of made an army in Cairo in case any, Mamluks or Bedouins came from the south. And so I'm using this army for the first time. It has 3 units of light mortars, kind of this like ragtag units of reserves here, some light infantry, some militia, and some more light infantry. 4 units of light infantry over there, another corps of light infantry over there, and only 1 unit of dragoons or cavalry. And on my right wing, another corps of 4 battalions of line infantry. And there's General Renier over there. If we look at the Mamluk forces today, looks like they have some Orta Azars, they got some Camel Warriors, I believe, some Mamluks, and they do have, let's see, 1 or 2 units of artillery, I think maybe just 1, 7 Oka. And then they have some Mamluks, as I said, and Orta Azars. So they were spawned, or I shouldn't say spawned, but they began their battle kind of south of the town, and I began mine north of the town, so it's really whoever captures it first. So what I'm going to be trying to do is move my right wing into town, hopefully get in the armory, eventually the town hall, advance my left wing, advance my center, have the dragoons on the side ready, and just keep fighting my mortars and my reserves ready if they're needed. So since the last battle, as I said before, General Renier's army moved south to Cairo to wipe out the Mamluks and subdue the Bedouins. General Bonaparte's army moves east to cut off Ottomans. It's kind of hard to explain on the map, but there's this Ottomans control for the most part, the eastern part of the map. And I'm trying to cut them off by kind of getting that middle region in the east. At the city of Ben Sakir Aman, I captured these, and then I eventually captured that town. I captured Beirut, I captured Eliat Arabaha, and that's a port city. It's kind of the other end of the Suez Canal. So that's really all that's happened. And I received a new mission objective called Destroying the Mamluks, which is what I'm trying to do here today. So that's all that's happened since the last battle. After this battle, there's only 1 more battle. I can say that for sure. It'll be against the Bedouins. That's a little teaser. There's only one more battle in this Egyptian campaign, and then on that battle video, I'll talk about the new format more. And then that'll be the last videos before the new European campaign and the new format I'm going to be doing. So stay tuned. See, I kind of misplayed this because I thought this little thing here, I thought that was a wall, but it's just some brush. So I was going to put my light infantry up against that, but luckily, unfortunately, I will not. So I brought the general up there to hopefully boost their morale. And I really got to kind of be micromanaging because I got to be putting them into squares in case the enemy does come. So I'm going to put 1 unit in the armory on my right wing, 1 unit kind of in the center, and 2 units filling this little corridor to the left of the armory. I'm moving my reserves to be behind my main center. My mortars are continuing to fire. The only bad thing about these mortars is that when the army comes too close to my army, my mortars aren't very helpful because I don't want to be shelling my own units. So my dragoons here are charging these Azars. They're retreating. I would go for the artillery now, but they got some Mamluks behind them, and I don't want my dragoons to fight them. I was a little late to get that battalion into square bell form. I were too few more squares. Some peasants and levies. look at my right wing here. Looks like they're taking a cavalry attack. So I'm going to bring my 10th line of infantry kind of back here. Hopefully they'll form a square.
Our men are running for them.
Looks like my 9th line is retreating. Go back, look to at my center. I got some squares formed. My left wing is holding pretty strong. Some hand-to-hand combat with some Mamluks, irregulars. Kind of made a mistake here. I was looking good here. You know, they had the Mamluks charge, and yeah, the Mamluks, and I had one in the armory, and then 2 units of squares to the center. So it's kind of like a fire from 3 different directions. But for some reason, I don't know why. I really wanted to bring my right wing over to flank theirs kind of center. So I just kind of did a full-out charge, and these 3 units charged this unit of 70 Mamluks. And I'll go back there in a little bit if that happens. But that did not work out well, as we'll find out. You can really see the sporadic formations of those Ottoman troops. The only bad thing is hand-to-hand combat with the Mamluk troops or any Far Eastern troops is they're usually their average troops are usually better than European or Western troops are hand-to-hand combat to a certain to an extent. Obviously, if I have my old guard, they're going to defeat them, but they may not be good in volley fire, and they may not be very good at morale, but they're good in hand-to-hand combat. My left wing has really been taking a beating here. You can see they've lost over 100 men. Well, over 150 men. Over 150 men. Over 100 men. No, about 70. I'm just really hoping my mortars can keep shelling. Let's see here, this is when I did the charge. Let's see the units going on the armory now. Check back there in a bit. My main center, I have some battalions retreating. My left wing, I have some units retreating. So I'm going to go ahead and bring my left wing back, join my center. My dragoons still have 70 horsemen, so it's a good, strong cavalry unit.
Our men are running.
Good thing I have my generals still alive. So you can look over here, the troops came out of the army late, so it was kind of like a late second wave. And you can see they're already retreating, and they're going to be retreating in a little bit against Mamluks. And yes, looks like they're retreating. So my entire right wing is retreating at the moment, except for this unit of light infantry. I'll probably hopefully get them in the armory here. Hopefully some of these units will regain the morale.
Our men are running for them.
The only bad thing about mortars, another bad thing, is that sometimes it seems like 50% of the shells actually explode on the ground, which is where you want them to explode. Sometimes they explode into the air, just like fireworks, and that's like a totally not useful shot because it doesn't have any other chance of killing anything. We'll take a look here at the next round when they fire. Those ones blew up in air. A lot of them blew up in air. Hopefully, as I was able to join my left wing in the center, they kind of grew stronger and their morale boosted. Hopefully, if my right wing units return, I'm just going to bring them all to the armory in Town Hall. Still not at all a clear battle. The reserves are still strong. Some returning units looks like. Killed their generals, that's good. Surrey Algebra. Looks like their main center is kind of retreating, so that's good. Where are my dragoons? I do have some cavalry stakes up, so I have to be careful if I charge with my dragoons. Looks like they got a wave of 2 attacking Ortas. My right wing's kind of getting the relics, that's good. I formed a square here, and that they might be able to pull it out against these Mamluks. 32 against 130 men in a square. Yep, they are, so that's good. So I have 3 units at least joining back, so they'll go into the town hall eventually. And their main advance has, or main offensive I should say, has for the most part not been successful. They did give me a lot of damage, I'm not gonna lie. I would have definitely liked to receive less killed men, but so we'll see all they have left are 2 units of Ortazars, some more Azars, another full unit of 100 Mamluks, and 30 artillerymen for 7 Oka foot artillery.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
Right now I'm hopefully kind of bring up all my advanced troops, not advanced, returning troops back, and join them with these units of 3 and kind of form a major corps, so like 6 battalions. Put some charging Mamluks here, so hopefully not hopefully, but get into squares. Dragoons pretty soon can attack their artillery to get rid of them, their artillery threat. And my returning troops are all leaving for some reason. They were not attacked. So that's nice. You saw that they all just decided not to come back, even though they weren't attacked. Anyway. So I have a couple squares now against these Mamluks. And we have some melee combat going on with my line infantry militia against their Zars. My dragoons over there kind of harassing their Zars. Looks like my unit's about to retreat, the second line of infantry. So hopefully you'd think these 2 squares would be able to counter 65 Mamluks, but maybe not. See, my artillerymen really can't do anything. I mean, they can try to hit right now their artillery, but that would have to be really good accuracy. So right now, I'm going to, kind of looks like my main center and left wing, or what's left of them, are collapsing, so I'm going to go ahead and bring, kind of turns out to be a good thing, those returning troops. Now I have General Renier with a group of 130, 400 men, so that works out nicely. Pretty soon here, I'm probably going to retreat my artillerymen, because I don't want to lose them, and they can't really do anything the rest of them left in the battle. So I'll have them go ahead and retreat. Looks like the Mamluks have some Mamluk Mamluks left. Some Ortazars in that unit of artillery. My Dragoons, you can see them in the distance. There goes my units retreating.
The men are fatigued, sir. Must rest a while.
I kind of have to micromanage these troops because if I just told them to attack, they would run right through these cavalry stakes and die, and I don't want to lose them because I really want to get rid of their artillery. Especially when you have only like 3 units of infantry left, you want to get rid of all their artillery if you can, because you just don't want to have to charge them facing in a grape shot or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and put them into Town Hall. We'll bring my General Renier there in a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward until the remaining forces of the Mamluks return to, or assume that's what they're going to do, return to the Town Hall. And in the meantime, I'm going to have my Dragoons wipe out their artillery. And welcome back. You can see, sorry I kind of got started going late here. They did the Mamluks did a charge with their remaining Mamluks. But I had all my troops in here stacked up, you can see, and waiting outside, so they were able to counter them. I mean, they got a couple rounds of volley off first, then they really didn't stand a chance. All they have is some advancing Orta-Zars, and for some reason their 7 Oka artillerymen returned, so I'm going to kind of have to, unfortunately, waste my time and have my Dragoons get rid of them, even though they would serve no purpose. But I just want to get this battle over with. Let's get rid of the Mamluks in the Egyptian campaign. We'll see what their Azars do. I was gonna kind of try to see if I could go ahead and, for some reason there's one like honestly like one glitch in Lomate de l'Empire, and that is the general staff. You cannot force them to attack anyone. You can tell them to shoot, but not attack. They'll only actually do like hand-to-hand combat, like, you know, with swords, if they're like being attacked. But you can't tell them to go. They'll just hold their swords out like that and like pretend to charge. That's like one of the few glitches. I guess they just kind of stand there, but whatever. Not big of a deal, because how many times are you actually trying to beat an army with your general? I'll fast forward here a little bit. Just waiting for my Dragoons to gain a little bit of energy back. They're very tired. They were exhausted, so hopefully maybe by the time they're tired, we'll attack. You can see the Azars are slowly creeping up.
We have taken a building, sir. A glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
So go ahead and watch their attack. Retreating. So all we have left are these 18 artillerymen. And that should bring an end to the battle of Minya. So my left and wing and my center kind of collapsed, my reserves as well, but my right wing was the first to collapse, but they eventually were the ones that gained the morale back and took the town, and were my last army for me to hang on and defeat these Mamluks. They retreated, so that will bring an end to the Battle of Minya. A victory for the French Republic under the command of General Jean Renier. Look at the stats here. They had 100 more men than me, so it's pretty almost exactly even battle. We lost a teeny bit more and killed a teeny bit more. So look at kills here. Looks like the Dragoons with 298 kills will be the battle unit of the day. So good job for the Dragoons. So other than that, this is Mr. X Irish. Tune in for the next video, which will be the last video in the Egyptian campaign. See ya.